And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Forever Sport. Bulls versus Lions. Number 2 for the day of the URC action. We've just seen a very close game between the Stormers and the Sharks, where the Sharks, who had no rights, zero rights to make the comeback they did, almost gave the Stormers a proper scare. And yeah, on the Stormers coaching staff, I'll be pretty upset with the way they almost threw their game away. But I suppose the main thing for them is the fact that they did get the bonus point win, which is the main thing. But I suppose importantly for the Sharks, they did manage to get a losing bonus point. But for the Sharks, that is quite a detrimental loss to them because they continue their losing ways. And I said there are a couple of teams who are starting to hunt down the Sharks. So yeah, they desperately needed to win. They didn't get it. So interesting to sort of see how they'll respond from that. In terms of this game, Bulls versus Lions, the URC derby. And yeah, very much backing, well, most people will be backing the Bulls to a job. I'm really hoping my Lions will be able to pull something out the fire here. And we're going to put a poll in the comments. I'm going to ask who will win this clash. Oh, I'm going to do that a bit better because that's all in caps. Who will win this clash? Kickoff, by the way, is in about 8 minutes' time. We're going to go through the teams, go through the lineups, we're going to give you predictions, and we're going to find out what everybody's backing in this game. Draw is also an option. So go and vote and see who you guys are backing to get the job done. And hopefully, I'm really hoping we're going to see an upset over here. But it would be unlikely. Right, let's get some score predictions, shall we? People are voting on the poll. Jake White's busy being interviewed. I wonder what he's got to say. Yeah, talking about Morning State and bringing the experience in. But I think it's a desperate Lion side and fear desperate sides. And this Bulls side is short of confidence. That's the only sort of like, time I kind of convince myself that there might be an upset on the cards. I've got to kind of convince myself that the Bulls are actually panicking. What I am, however, going to do is get myself some more water because it is very warm here. And it's going to be a long game if I don't have it. So in the meantime, get your score predictions in. Oh, by the way, if you're looking to watch the game, check out the description. We've got a full guide on how to watch the game. Right, I'm going to get some water, then I'll get back. In the meantime, put your score predictions into the comments. Meanwhile, I'm really enjoying that part of the poll is 50-50. Keep on that stuff. Right, I'm back. I've got some water, which is the main thing, because some quality H2. I might even fetch a beer at half time, you know. It could be that time. It could be that time. And if it's not, we'll then have to find a reason for it to be that time. Basically, the reason is going to be the Lions. How about this? If the Lions score a try in the first half, we'll grab beers for the second half. Are we happy with that? Do we think that's a good vibe? Yeah, let me know. Let me know if that's the way we're doing this. Yeah, keep getting your votes in, by the way. Let me know also where you're watching it from. What's the chat? Who we supporting? Any other fellow Lions fans around you? Big thank you to everybody as well in the first stream that has gotten us past 23,500 subscribers. Very, very exciting that. And we push on. We push on, I'm not seeing too much in the chat, jokes. Like, am I missing people or is my chat not working? I'm going to refresh just to make sure the chat is working because it seems very weird that no one's giving me grief about backing the Lions to do the business. So let's get the chat going, people. Let's start chatting about this. Let's start getting some predictions in here. Let's start seeing. I want to see where you guys are watching from. Fantonda. Flam Fantonda saying Bulls will win this one. Cover saying hi from London. There we go. So we got somebody from London town. Lions fan, but I hope it's a good showing from them. Yeah, I think to be fair, I think most Lions fans were quite realistic in our expectations. We're not necessarily even needing us to win, but just we want to go out there and we want to compete. We want to go out there and just show that we're not just a ride along team. We actually deserve to be in this competition. We can actually give good games to teams. That's the main thing, isn't it? That's just what we're trying to do. So let's wait and see if it does happen. I think the Lions will hopefully be a little bit more confident after last week. And you know what? The Lions team, I know that this Lions team can beat this Bulls team. That's the nice thing. I know that they can. The question is, will they? And that is obviously a huge question, and the answer is probably no. But at the end of the day, if you don't try, you'll never know. Again, if you're looking to watch the game, check out the comments, the description rather. It's got a whole. You can watch this game on a free-to-air broadcaster, courtesy of TG4. So very easy for you guys to watch all the action over there. But don't stress. We're gonna have all the we're gonna have a live scoreboard, the track of the whole thing going here. So the idea is that go and watch it on TG4 for free. Use ExpressVPN to go and so that you can do it, and then stay with us. Jump in the chat, vote in the polls, add to the conversation. Let's have a good time. Basically, what we're emulating is watching the game with your mates in the pub. I'm not in a pub. You're not in a pub. You might be in a pub, but let's emulate sort of that feeling and stuff like that. And we are just shortly kickoff. Marius Lowe leading on the team. He needs a big game today. They have had a couple of. But yeah, come the Bulls. Morning staying into the side, by the way, and Spoon Corsi as well, which doesn't make who's there all. Is that Shavina Jakobs that's in the crutches? Looks like it could be. A couple of interesting changes for the Bulls, and right, Ronald Kier coming out there. Right, so let's go through the two sides. So here, the Bulls side is Dylan Smith, Jan Krobelaar, Mornay Smith, Jacques Duplessis, one to watch, Ruan Nokia, Marco van Staden, WJ Steenkamp, Albert Lowe is the pack. Ambrose Pierre partners, Mornay Stan, a new half-back pairing, David Creel into the centers with Cornel Hendricks. Your back three is Spoon Corsi, Sibongile Novuka, Wandasila Similane. Off the bench for the men in blue, it is Jan Hendrik Wessels, Imperial Mantanzima, Francois Klopper, Ruan Vermaak, Carl Brink, Bernard van Linde, Chris William Smith, what's Chris Smith, and Harold Forster. For the Lions, JP Smith, PJ Buerta, and Asnate and Hlabakanya. Then the second row, Willem Alberts, Ruben Skuman. The back row is Emmanuel Tuka, Ruan Fenton, and Franco Horn. Snare Nahamba partnering Johnny Lombard, Marius Lowe, Manny Russ in the centres. It is an unchanged backline from last weekend, which means Edward van der Merwe, Rabs Maklana, and Kuan Horn are the back three. Off the bench, it's Morne Brandon, Reinhardt, Reinsberger, Ruan Smith, Rowan Dalport, Jared Keynes, Morne van der Berg, Reinhardt Jonker, and Andries Kutsia. Come on, the lads! Come on, the buggers! Right, and Morne staying, gets things underway. He lifts us high in the air to that right-hand side. It'll be an early touch for Manny Russ, who's hammered by Sibongile Navuka under a lot of pressure there at the breakdown. In fact, this could have been overturned. It is turned over by Marco Star. That's a great start, chaps. For F's sake, we didn't even have the ball for 10 seconds. And now the balls are on the... And Dylan Smith, you traitor, you! And penalty advantage. We spend the entire week. Or is it not penalty advantage? I think it was just showing the line. I thought yeah, it is penalty advantage. You know, the entire week we sit there going, right, we start well. You know, these guys are short on confidence. You know, we can hit them early. Now, what do? You lose the ball in the first rug, and then you can see the penalty for a high tackle. I told you with tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes. Not good enough. Not good enough. In fact, really not good enough. Seamus is Lions fan living in Simonstown. Yannis saying, what's up, Carls? The Lions will eat you. Yeah, 100%. I'm very surprised at how the poll's looking with so many people backing the Bulls to get a job, to not get the job done here. It is going to be an early 3-0 lead for the Bulls, thanks to the Lions' ineptitude to start games well. We like coming from behind, apparently. And Morning Stain, who's not going to miss those, does add the 3 extras. And, yeah, they get things underway pretty early here. Have the Bulls. The good news is, however, the Lions will be able to get into Bulls territory now. Yay! You know what the ironic thing is? When I've looked at comments and stuff like that across YouTube and Twitter, I think the Bulls fans are actually rating the Lions more than the Lions fans are. So Johnny Lombard goes towards the left-hand side. Albert Lowe. It's a good take from him. Now that's how you take a kickoff. Dylan Smith, second carry for him today. Yeah, we'll play against his former side. Dylan Smith made his name at the Lions before moving overseas to Stade Francais, now back in the country. And it both appears as if they're high in the air. It won't quite touch though. And the ball's been allowed to bounce. And it's going to round back to Marius Lowe. And there's a couple of knock-ons there. Surely the first one came from the Bulls, so it should be a Lions scrum. It is a Lions scrum. Good stuff, good stuff. Interesting to see how this goes. Right, first scrum of the day. Asnat and Tlabakanya. This is where I want to see you just come into your own and hammer these people. Like hammer them properly. Almost 100 kg, well not quite, but 80 kgs heavier, yeah, boys. That's what I like to see. That's Asnat and Tlabakanya adding his weight there. Pretty good hit there. Balls underneath, nothing there. Second shove coming. No, it's Nenderhammer. That's a very solid scrum. So Nenderhammer's going to get a nice flat ball to Marius Lowe. He comes back on the angle. He is brought down by Ambrose Papier. And penalty for Mark. I mean, why? The extra roll there, Marius Lowe, has taken everybody out of that and allowed Marco Starr to hit that. I'm so bored of it. You see it all the time. They're trying to get that extra minute, and Marco Starr's come from the side. There's no rucking whatsoever. Good scrum, and that's a nice tackle from Raz Baklana. They're taking it quickly at the Bulls, and it's going to be another knock-on. I mean, another scrum. Chaps, can we just keep things very, very just basic at the moment? Bianca, hello Bianca, welcome back. Happy belated New Year. Lions only play with their prey and Bulls are play thing. I hope so. I hope so, Bianca. I really do. It would absolutely make my year and my day. My day and my year to date. If the Lions were to pull something yet today. Nice solid scrum first up is a good way to get that going. Let's see what they can do from the second scrum. Hopefully a bit more than from the first. I want to see discipline, yeah, boys. Discipline. Keep it basic. Crash ball, recycle, go again. Nice solid scrum. The first one's another pretty big hit there. Asnat and Clavicania seems to be working pretty. Looking for a second shove here on the Lions. Senenda Humber goes short to Morris Lowe. Once again, Morris Lowe runs into Moya Stain. This time the ball is available. Senenda Humber, quick ball. This is now, I think that is Ruben Skuman on the angle there. A nice leg drive from him. Been driven sideways there from Albert Lowe. And penalty advantage for a high tackle. Senenda Humber is sniping. Oh, he goes inside out. Gets the offload away to JP Smith, who can't hold on. Turnover ball, but we'll go back for the penalty. There we go. It's a bit more like it. Now kick to the corner. And let's move. We are taking 3 points here, by the way. Right, Senenda Humber, by the way, taking the kick duties. This is very interesting because we saw Johnny Lombard really struggle. Johnny Lombard struggle last week, and Senenda Humber has absolutely nailed that. So it's interesting to see that he has taken over the kicking duties, which is not going to do Johnny Lombard's Springbok ambition any good. But at the end of the day, if Senenda Humber is the better goal kicker, then let him kick. Yeah, so it's against Albert Lowe, I think. As he's driving in there, yeah, the arm just sort of slips up, and he's got moving from here and from around the neck there. So 3-3 after 7 minutes. Willem Albert's under the high ball, well taken from him. That's a much better restart for the Lions. And it goes back to Kewan Horn, who's got a left boot. Got a pretty promising kick, but doesn't find touch. Wanted to see the Similani back at fullback today, where he was beginning of the season when he played the Lions in this return fixture. Spoon Corsi moving along to Albert Lowe. Albert Lowe up against Frankie Horn. Frankie Horn does bring him down. Albert Lowe goes back to Cornel Hendricks. Almost a knock on there, and a bit of a knock backwards is the core. And a bit of pressure there from Ambrose Pierre, but eventually comes away with it. Ruan Nokia, met by Ruben Skuman. Ball is available. Now Ambrose Pierre goes to Morristain. Morristain long pass out to Wandisila Similani, sort of come to that second receiver. The kick comes off the boot of Manny Russ from David Creel and goes out for what will be a Bulls line out. Yeah, we're gonna end the poll at the 10-minute mark. So if you haven't voted yet, please do go and vote on the poll. Please also do smash like on the video, by the way. Right, Morristain back in the pocket, lifts it high in the air. It'll be a test by Edel van der Merwe, and it's gone straight through Edel van der Merwe. It's got bounced off of Willem Alberts. It's actually a penalty advantage because it could be offside. It is offside. I mean, it's so frustrating. I mean, the ball comes by. I mean, Willem Alberts didn't even try and play it. It just bounced into him. For me, that should be accidental offside. Like, he didn't try to play it. It just bounced towards him. Like, for me, free kick or scrum or whatever, I think it's quite harsh to penalise someone for the ball bouncing off them when someone doesn't take it cleanly. He's done nothing. All he's done is standing there. He's retreating. You see, so it comes off Edel van der Merwe and it just bounces into Willem Alberts. He puts his hands up. By the time he hits it the second time, he's actually back on side. I think that's always harsh, isn't it? What do we think? Obviously, if he tries to play it, then it is offside. But I think in a situation like that, it should be a free kick. Because he very deliberately didn't try and play it. They go up. Oh, Frankie Horn has knocked that back to the line side. Almost done brilliantly, but the Bulls have managed to grab it back. It was almost a perfect steal there from Frankie Horn. But Jan Krobelon now on the front foot. Oh, it almost was a bit forward from Mornay Stain. And really good steal there from Ruben Schoolman. That's brilliant work from the number 5 lock there from the Lions. Things you love to see. Turnover ball here for the Lions. And then the Humber now goes to Johnny Lombard. Johnny Lombard starts to chip ahead. Not looking for touch. Not sure that's the right type of kick there, chap. And the Lions, Navuka is brought down by Money Russ. Why would you do that, Johnny Lombard? Why couldn't we just kick it out? Now we're on the key on the angle. Back inside to Rosa Pierce. This is all because we decided to be clever and try and chip it. And surely he's gone out there. Yeah, thank you, Amy Barteron. Jeepers me. Talk about putting pressure, unnecessary pressure on yourself. Johnny Lombard trying to just sort of chip it over the top. It was a strange kick because it wasn't a cross kick. It wasn't a kick for touch. He literally just chipped it into a bit of space and no one was really following it up. So it almost allowed a bit of a counter-attack. Thankfully, Brosa Pierre was eventually bundled out. That was a great line being run there by Ruan O'Keefe. Inside ball to Brosa Pierre. Kieran Horners and then the Humber competing the tackle and managing to eventually bundle him into touch. So far, 7% possession and a very good line, it must be said, but the ball's gone through the hands of Emmanuel Stuka. Not straight as the call, or is it a penalty? I think it's a penalty. Penalty against the Bulls, thankfully, because it was a bit of a messy line out. Closing the gap is what the penalty is for. Yeah, we're okay jumping across is what the call is. So then the Humber, once again, by the way, with kicking duties, he'll kick for touch as well, it looks like. And he's found touch just shy of the 10-meter line. So Lions living dangerously at the moment. Right, PJ Boyer to go to the front of the line. Good line once again. Ball over the top. Johnny Lombard goes to Money Russ. Money Russ, long ball out to Russ McConnell, who's been given it, but the outside of by Spirit Corsi. Eventually does take his legs out from underneath him. Back inside from the Lions there. And it's a good tackle on Ruben Skuman. Ball loose and Morris Lowe under a bit of pressure there. Acting the scrum up. PJ Bush decides to go pretty direct. Ruben O'Keefe is there and removed quite quickly. Better ball retention is from the Lions and now seeing Hammer taking his time here. That's McConnell back to St. Hammer's at first receiver. I tell you what, the Lions just there's no game plan structure here. But Kieran Horn's found a bit of space, and he's got Edel van der Merwe outside him. Sucks him in. Edel van der Merwe, has he got the pace? Has he got the pace? You bet you he's got the pace. Come on! Come on! Edel van der Merwe. This is what I like to see. A Lions side with no game plan, just vibes. We're just vibes out here. We literally just had Ras Bakana there at scrum half, throwing it to Namba at first receiver in the fly half channel. All of a sudden, long pass out to Kieran. Look at this. Long pass to Lombard. Lombard to Marius Lowe. Marius Lowe to Kieran Horn. So much space. Kieran Horn's got some pace. Gets away from Runo Kier. Sucks in the players. Sucks in more state. Edel van der Merwe. And Rose Pierre desperately trying to get to Edel van der Merwe, but is never going to catch this speedster. And he jumps up, goes down, right under the poles. And the celebration comes out. Come on, let's go. First blood Lions. It is what I said we needed to do. We had to score first if you got any chance here. Like try-wise. Try and make them panic. Look, I can tell you right now, the Bulls aren't panicking yet. But at least we got to try. Twelve URC tries for Edel van der Merwe. He knows where the try line is. Come on, lads. That's the start we like. Now let's get another one. Restart there. Taken by Ruben Skuman. And again, that's a bit of a better restart. Just outside the 22. Senen Nahamba, who was instrumental in that first try. Now Willem Alberts. Solid carry from him. The ball's out there, Snella. So he lifts it high in the air. That needs to stay in. It will stay in. Rice Bakwana is up there, but well taken by Wandasila Similani. Ball's just inside the Lions half. First carry from Mornay Smith. Solid defense. Asnet and Clavicania is his opposite number. Now Jacques Duplessis. A little bit of aggression on the defense. Things you like to see. Now Marco Verstaden going the direct route. Robespierre going back to Mornay. Mornay spotting a bit of space down that left-hand side. And the ball's just bounced up a little bit and allowed Kieran Horn, and so it's Johnny Lombard to get there. Johnny Lombard's hacked it towards the middle. And Mornay Stain's elected to let it bounce. Taking a while now is Mornay Stain. And he's going to look for touch on the right-hand side. He will find it quite comfortably. And there should be about halfway between the 10 and the halfway. In fact, a little bit closer to the halfway. In fact, it could even be on the halfway. Good clearance there for Mornay Stain. Hub says drinks at half time. Yeah, 100. Oh, yeah, that's true, actually. We can get the beers at half time. Oh, inside ball. Edwin almost through as well. As I said, this is the lines I'd love to see. No game plan, just vibes. And there's Emmanuel Chatuka carrying it up strongly. Quick ball from Nahamba to Johnny Lombard. Lombard thought about the pass, decides to go himself. Runs into two pretty big forwards. Still possession in the Lions. Nahamba going to Ruben Skuman. Ruben Skuman will go to the direct route as he always does. Nice to have him back on the side. Now Asnat and Clavicania. Oh, deft little pass to JP Smith. Not going to start. Yep, not to support his body weight. That's a penalty right in front of the poles. We're going to take the 3 points there, surely. Lombard's success rate, not very good, especially the last few years. The past few weeks. He's been brutally poor, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's no surprise for me that that Seneda Nahamba has taken over the kicking duties. So, interesting. I'm going to end the poll, by the way, which is supposed to end at the 10-minute mark. And just because 62% of people saying the Bulls are going to win, 34% of people backing the Lions. Well, if we get this, it'll be a 10-point lead. Who would have thought a 10-point lead at 17 points? The problem is we know the Bulls will come back. That's not a possibility. It's a guarantee almost. So the Lions can't switch off. They've got to make sure that it's a very good kick from Seneda Nahamba, that they keep their foot on the pedal here. But what a start so far. Come on! We're going to get beers at half time, boys. I've got a big court that's waiting for me. Nice castle light. It's going to be nice and crisp. I even decanted into a little glass. Lovely. It'll be like I'm going to trick myself into thinking I'm drinking a draft. Now Manny Russ from the kickoff there runs into Johan Krobbelaar. There's a bit of a weight difference there, and as you can see by that hit. Nahamba now going to PJ Buerta. He just needs to create an angle for Johnny Lombard or Kieran Horn. There, to Kieran Horn. Left boot. Looks pretty good, by the way. It's a great clearance up towards the 10-meter line in the Bulls half, but Similani takes it quickly and throws it out to Mornay Stain. He points to the sky, so we want to see that Similani is going to chase this. On the opposite end, it's going to be Kieran Horn. And it's got a bit loose, but I think that's going to be a forward, Josh, surely. Knock on, I think it is from the Bulls. Oh, what's the decision here, people? We haven't looked at the referee. I don't even know what's going on here. Yeah, so it wasn't knock on from the Bulls, so it'll be a line scrum. Right, we have a water break. Why are we gonna have a water break? Why are we gonna have a water break? Why? We don't need a water break. There's no need for... Jeepers, what kind of camera is that? They got like some like 1950s camera in the Bulls change room. I mean, I know Jake White's old, but jeepers, chaps, you could at least give him a decent camera. Yeah, look at the try here. So much pace there from Edel van der Merwe. Kieran Horn as well, just running very directly. He's still giving me a little bit of a little space for Edel van der Merwe to run it, but really committing more next day into the tackle. Right, unfortunately, it's coming at the wrong time for the Lions, at the right time for the Bulls, who will like a bit of break and play. The Lions would have liked to have kept the momentum here. They will restart with a scrum, though, for the Lions, so they will have possession in theory. What happened to Van Beek? Well, it's a good question, because the Lions don't like to tell us what's going on. I did see somebody sent me a photo of him. He posted, I think he was in hospital again, another surgery. But who actually knows what's going on? Because we get no injury updates whatsoever from that union. So I actually couldn't tell you, unfortunately. But all I can say is, from what I understand, not going to be back anytime soon. Bulls saying Bulls are too strong for Lions. Hey, you can keep telling me this, but 13 points to 3. We're leading here, boys. And hopefully this remains. Another big scrum needed, yeah. This time a bit of a shove for the Lions. Penalty advantage as well. Pierre grabs it, and it's a penalty for the Lions. That's a relief. I was really worried about the scrum battle, but that's a big scrum. JP Smith, Asnat and Klavakanya doing the business. Bulls penalised for collapsing the scrum. Lions with their foot on the pedal with a lot of confidence. Are you supporting the Bulls? No. No, I'm not. These are my boys. I'm fetching my Lions shirt at half time. And that's not because we're winning. We might be winning at half time. I just generally didn't have time to grab it before the stream. So I will get it. Snare Nahamba is going to kick for touch here. Not the best touch finder, but still, we're in Bulls territory with a line out, which also gives me anxiety because PJ Bush doesn't fancy hitting his mark half the time. Right, 4 penalties here from the Bulls there, 3 from the Lions. They go to the front of the line out, and Frankie Horn breaks it in, pass straight to Marius Low. Marius Low, it's a big tackle from Ulrich Low on him. Low on Low. And I'm not talking about the height of the tackle, it's just the literal surname. Nahamba now going to Lombard. Lombard going to Manny Russ. Manny Russ to Edel van der Merwe. He's done quite well there because there are a lot of Bulls players floating around. So almost threatening to lose, but again on advantage. Now Nahamba to Willem Alberts, who will always go direct. Well, Willem Alberts, known as the Bone Crusher, Bone Collector rather. Manny Russ now. Moistein throws him down to the ground. Penalty advantage for not rolling, and another penalty. Come on! Now we can go for the corner. As King says, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. As you can see, we've gone past the 23,500 mark, and if you want to try and keep building, the next big sort of mark for us is the 24,000 one. So feel free to join that journey. ZD said, all good then. Thanks for keeping us posted. Well, thanks for joining in. I'd love you having you here. Frankie Horn in the back of the line-out. That's pretty well played. And popping up to Willem Alberts, who was looping around the back. It's a very nice little line-out move there. And now Manus Tuko. Manny Russ. Manny Russ. He's just running in front of Manus Tuko. It was so well worked. Accuracy, lads. Accuracy. Right, big scrum, you lads. Big scrum, you lads. It is a bull scrum. Defensive scrum on the 5 meter. Which one is worse, Dweber or PJ Buerta? PJ Buerta for me is much worse. Although, touch wood, he's been good today. But yeah, I just. The sad thing is, whenever we're under pressure, I feel like he tends to buckle them. Whereas I feel like Joseph Dweber tends to buckle the ones when we're like in a good position to score. Whereas PJ Buerta often will be like on our line. And right, scrum there coming. It's pretty solid there. It'll be available for Bro Sapir. He does go towards the back to Mornay. Mornay's got plenty of time to find a clearance. It's a good clearance as well. That's what Mornay does so well. They've cleared the lines past 22, but it'll be a Lions line out, so an opportunity to get back into that 22. And at 22 minutes, I definitely did not expect the Lions to be leading by 10. Please, can we get to halfway line in halftime in the lead? Please, 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 please. Just score next. I want to see Jake White sweat. It is very good that he's back. Very happy to see that he's all right. But now he needs to lose. Nah, jeepers. I look at the line. As I said, just vibes there. Vibes. Little variation there. And it's gained a few meters. Now Asnat and Klabakanye, his first carry of the day. The unit, the fridge, the Carly Sardi 2.0. Ruan Fenter, his first carry. Oh, it's a bit of a poor tackle. Yeah, it's a tip tackle there. Coming from Jan Krobelot. And Snell Hammer's taking it quickly. Is this going to count? It's going to count! Come on! Sanele Nahamba, you live wire beauty, you! Ruan Nokia is furious, but to be honest, I think that is brilliant from Sanele Nahamba. The penalty comes, Nahamba's literally at the ruck where it was called. He says, thanks, taps it, goes straight through. He turns around to see if he's allowed because no one even came close to touching him. Bang, bang! Look at this, big tackle here on Ruan Fenter. Yeah, tip tackle, definitely a penalty. From the ruck though, Sanele Nahamba taps and goes, and everyone's, they're just war watching. That is brilliant. Brilliant. You little biscuit, you Nahamba. All of a sudden, with the conversion to come, the Lions could be, are we listening? 17 points ahead. What? Did you expect that? I didn't expect that. Let's be brutally honest. I didn't expect any of this. I'm taking it. In fact, can we just call the game now? Like, what is it? If there's lightning that comes, then literally they'll stop the game. So I'm a big advocate of some lightning getting involved very shortly, and then we can just call this and move on. Oh, come on, lads. Could you imagine if we won this game? I need this. On a personal level, I need this. Sorry, Bulls fans, but I need this more than you do. They go down the centre of the park now, variation, and it's fallen thankfully to PJ Buerta because it wasn't well handled by the Lions at all. But Ruan Fenter. Good hit on him for Marco Mustard. I'm going to enjoy that physical battle between those two. Now Nahamba asking for a couple of options. It's a bit annoyed, I think, that there weren't any. Now he pops it up to Ruben Skuman, and that man will carry all day. Will Ruben Skuman. Now back to Nahamba. He's going to go to the box kick. And that's swirling at the top there. It's right up against the touchline. In front of Merva. It's well taken by David Creel. Everybody kind of got that wrong, actually. So turnover ball here for the Bulls, and Rose Pierre goes to Mornay Smith, and Asnat and Clavacania, JP Smith, making sure they're there. Oh, there's a bit of his numbers out the back. Important tackle. Jeepers, Ulrich low. Had Spoon Corsi outside him, and if he had gone with the tackle, with the pass there, I think he would have had a lot of space. But Raz Baklana, I think he actually just backed the player to not pass, and decided to go and have the hit. And that was a good intervention there from Raz Baklana. Nice bit of defensive work. David Creel sees a bit of space. David Creel is through. Who wants to stop him? He sits a long pass out towards Navuka. Navuka is there. He's got the outside of him. And he'll be bundled out. That was a bit of heart-in-mouth moment. Who did not tackle David Creel there? Confess. This kid's bigger. It was a good pass there, and again, all you got to do Another variation from the line. Now JP Smith is running at full tilt. Go JP! He's one of my favourite players at the moment, is JP Smith. Kieran Horn, he's got quite a lot of time to find this clearance. Once again on that left boot of his. And that looks like a nice clearance, actually. That looks... Amy, come on, give us some more meters there. Yeah, Kieran Horn can't believe it. He reckons that's far further upfield. We've been robbed here. Jake White's in the notebook. I mean, what do you just write? Like, stop being shit. Like, do you think... I mean, I would generally write that. He'll never panic, will Jake White. That is something that he won't do, to be fair to him. But nobody, I personally did not back the scoreline at this point of the game. David Creel. It's a good line from him again. Shift, chap, shift. We're not going to have numbers. Thankfully, Albert Lowe goes himself. But he gets the offload away to Ruan Okia. Ruan Fenter. Oh, he's got the ball, hands on ball there. I think he almost turned that over. Oh, come on. Penalty advantage. Oh, they've got numbers. It's going to be try time. How is that so easy? I mean, you could have seen that numbers by me. Don't you give your one up with Similani, you swine. Just remember who made you. Remember who made you. It's been an overlap there the entire time. Literally, all they had to do was go to somebody who's willing to play their hands. I mean, it's Edel van der Merwe up against 3 players on their back. So poor. There's been that overlap the entire game. I don't know why. I don't know what people are doing. It's not new. Right, Morning Stains take the conversion, 8 points to 20. This is to bring the lead into 10. And is he going to nail it? I think it's going to go down the left-hand side. It will... Actually, yeah, it's actually not got enough. It's actually bounced just in front. Right, 20 points stayed is how it will remain. Chaps, 11 minutes. Can we just go into half-time and not be behind, please? Can we just lead at half-time? That's all I want. All I want for Christmas is a lead at half-time. And that's ballsy to say, because Christmas is a long time away. So there's still many things I could find before then. Duplessis under the ball there. Chatuka getting there to make the tackle. ZD saying, watch out for the Bulls number 15, a future block in the making. Look, you preach to the converted. I trust me. If there's one person that knows a lot about Randasila Similani, it is me. I've been watching him since the junior levels. What a player. Absolutely brilliant player. Interesting to see where he will end up, because he wants to play outside centre. But the Bulls very much, Jake White very much wants to vary a few things and try him at fullback, where he is playing once again today. But yeah, I'm interested to see where he'll end up. Right, Lions now on the front foot. Frankie Horn going to Nahamba. Nahamba flat to Edel van der Merwe. Now Nahamba wants to go left, goes to Asnat in Klabakanya. It's a good tackle on him from Gerard Steenekamp. Nahamba to Ruben Skuman. Nice leg drive. And penalty advantage for offside, I think, for the Lions. Short ball there to PJ Buerto, who's brought down by Mornay Stain. Pretty well of the dice. And then Nahamba to Lombard. Lombard to Manny Russ, who wants to change the angle. Manny Russ tries to start on the side of Jan Krobbelop. They'll go back for the penalty. Take the 3 chaps. Oh no, he's taking it quickly. He has Nahamba. Do you know what Nahamba stopped doing? Why he's become so likable? Was he stopped chewing gum? Because that was always the problem with him. But he plays the game. In terms of somebody loving the game, I don't think anybody enjoys playing rugby as much as Sinea Nahamba. Always a smile on his face. Even there, took it quickly. Wasn't in the mark there. Had a bit of a chuckle with David Creel. But now, penalty coming from Marco starting for offside. So then the Humber will have an opportunity now to further the lead. And yeah, this is the perfect response to a Bulls try. Yeah, looks good as well. Start there from Fernando Humber. The Lions will go up to 23 points to 8. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, yeah, the Lions fans ripping their Loftus. Come on, the lads. I'll be a very happy man this night. Imagine I'm just there, Brian, just reminiscing about this win. However, okay, thankfully, Ronald Kia has knocked that on because that was a horrible kickoff there where the Lions were very much sleeping. Snell Nahamba has gone to the booth there. Get a lucky bounce. Get a lucky bounce. That is an awesome kick. That is absolutely brilliant from Snell Nahamba. He can't do anything wrong at the moment. Ruan Nokia got ahead of the Lions players there. The ball bounced off from him, and Snell Nahamba, under a bit of pressure, has just fired this into the Bulls' half, where he's taken a bounce and then rolled away from Mornay Stain. And it's going to be a Bulls line out about 10 meters back from the 10-meter line. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got to make this count while it's going. Malcolm Staden, charged almost in a half gap, gets the offload away, but it's knocked on by WJ Steenkamp. Turnover ball. Now Rasmussen has got a bit of space. He wants to kick it through and have a chase. If he wasn't, and Spoon, of course, he's gone back. And Rasmussen is there, but the reinforcements from the Bulls getting back. It's a good kick there from Mornay Stain. Taken quickly, though, from the Lions. Lombard is pointing to the air. And he's going to lift that high in the air for Edel van der Merwe to chase. Edel van der Merwe is chasing, but it's going to be too deep. And on the run there, Mornay Stain gives it away to Similani. This is going to be dangerous for the Bulls. Up to Cornel Hendricks, to Jan Krabbelaar. Spoon course, he's got it inside. Gets the offload away to Bursa Pierre, and he's going to go all the way, isn't he? That is so poor. That is so poor. You've dominated the game. Giovanni Lombard. What kick was that? I mean, you pointed up to Edel van der Merwe. He's like 40 meters to your left. And then shock and horror, nobody's there to compete. And a retreating side who were absolutely nowhere couldn't cover. This could be very high scoring, by the way. This could be very high scoring. Oh, they're going to check if that's forward. They are going to check if it's forward. Please. Please. Give us a chance here. Give us a little silver lining here. Come on, just give us a reprieve. Is this pass on Spoon Corsi forward? Alright, that's as it comes out of his hand. This could be forward. Come on! Forward pass. Try disallowed. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, man. 5 minutes left, chaps. Just get through to halftime. Just get through to halftime. That's a brave Lions fan. In amongst the Bulls fans. Big smile on her face. I don't think she expected to be in that situation. Basically, when I go to lock in my Bulls shirt, I go there to get abused. You know that clip from Jacob Zuma where it's every time I come here, I am abused. That was literally me growing up going to Loftus. But forward from Spoon Corsi to Brosa Pierre. Try disallowed. We'll go back for a Lions scrum with 4.5 minutes left on the clock. The Lions could be leading at half time. Could you imagine? The scenes. The absolute scenes. The ref was helping the Lions. Mate, that was forward. If you don't think that was forward, then you clearly didn't see it. Maybe you're not watching the game. It was definitely forward. The ref is helping the Lions. Come now. Come now. Don't be that guy. Take your L's respectfully. Plus, it's a long way to go. Oh, Marius Lowe, almost a half gap there. Rolling that ball back for Manus Tuco. Spins away from Ambrose Pierre. Haven't seen much from Manus Tuco. Good tackle that from David Creel. And sealing off. And let me guess. It's Manny Russ. So bad. You're so bad. Jean Mark, if you're looking to watch the game, it is being shown on a free-to-air broadcaster TG4. What you have to do, though, you're going to have to download an ExpressVPN and connect to an island server rather than survey. And then you can then access TG4. So check out the description. We've got all the links that you need to be able to click there. So there we go. So it's a good tackle from David Creel and Manny Russ. I think it's actually from the side more than anything else. Right, attacking now for the Bulls. They're on the 5-meter line. It's a good kick from Mornay Stain. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is where I start to sweat. This is where I start to panic. Gabriel's going 29, Bulls 29, Lions 28. Big score. That's interesting. Well, Lions only need 5 more points for that to come true. Bulls will need a lot more than that. They don't compete with the Lions. They're going to ruin okay in the front with the Bulls. And it's a big shot, but I think this is going to be a try, given how this is well set, and the Lions players got that quite wrong. They are pinning back to try and get back into this, but this is moving forward. Now it's a little bit lateral. There could be a call come to use it, and Fabulous does break away. Johnny Lombard and Marius Lowe and Edwin van der Merwe drive him back. So more defended. Now I've got to just be disciplined. Disciplined here, boys. Discipline and defend well. There's so many players on the side. Kick over the top there. Is he going to get there first? Is Spoon, of course, going to get there? He's going to get there. Of course, he's going to get there. There's so much space. What is Rose McClellan doing? Why are you not there? It's very difficult for me not to be happy to see Spoon Corsi scoring. Like it's hurt to me in my soul not to support a Spoon Corsi try. But how is there always so much space down the right-hand side for the Lions? Spread. I mean, Mornay State has literally just chipped this over the top. Ras McClellan is absolutely nowhere. Kieran Horn is never going to have the pace to get there before Spoon Corsi. Yeah, and he does very well just for waiting for the ball to sit up. I can't celebrate it. Next week we'll celebrate. Next week we can cook together. But right now I can't be celebrating that. I can't be happy for you now. I can be happy for you next week. So apologies, Spoo. But also you should be playing for us. You went to Jeppy. Like, that's around the corner from Ayers Park. So how about you switch jerseys and then we can celebrate together. Very happily. Love to celebrate tries with you. Love to see you cook for the Lions. Gets the upright there, does Mornay Stain. So it's still becoming into a 10-point game. Dear. Right, 10 points. 10 points. Not enough, chaps. That's not enough. Yeah, taking their time. 30 seconds left on the clock, chaps. Ideal situation is a young penalty, maybe, and just try and make it a 13-point lead. A deep restart, as you'd imagine, to Ulrich Lowe. Chatuka there. He's falling the wrong way for Ruan French to have a go. And Ambrose Pierre, 20 seconds to go. Ruan Fent is having a bit of a scuffle on the floor. He doesn't find touch there, by the way. And Kieran Horn under a lot of pressure. Does pretty well, actually, in the end. Now, Nahamba slow ball to Asnat and Klavakanye. This will be enough. That's to take us to half time here, lads. Just kick it out. Saneda, just kick it out. No, we're going to have another crack. Why are we going to have another crack? We're leading at half time, boys. Why would we not want to lead at half time, boys? Well, we will be. Yeah, thank you. Come on! Half time, boys. Half the job is done. Half the job is done. You bring that energy in the second half. You bring that start. The Bulls are panicking. And they're probably not. But you're gonna claim that they're panicking. Spoon Corsi on the score sheet, which is very good to see. The Lions, however, started like a house on fire. They lead by 10 at Loftus at half time. A very interesting second half is to come. Let's see what has happened. And yeah, guys, I'm gonna go grab my beer. You guys go grab your beverages. And let's return in 10 minutes This will not be a place of zen. This will be a place of anxiety and panic over the fact that we actually might win a match. So if you want to watch me sweat for the second half, then see you guys now. Please do smash a like on the video. Keep subscribing. Let's try and see if we can get to 23,600 subscribers by the end of the day. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, boys. It's time. It is time. Shades on because the future is bright here, boys. The future is bright. We are seeing a Lions revolution. Maybe it's going a bit far, but forgive me for being a bit excited about the fact that we need a game. Come on, come on. So yeah, at the end of the day, the shades are on, and oh dear. Okay, never mind. I'm actually gonna jinx this, but I don't get too carried away. Welcome back, people, to Forever Rugby on Fair Sports, and very interesting situation over here. We've got the Lions leading at half-time against the Bulls, and deservedly, it must be said. And this is not just me being a Lions fan. This is me saying we played well. And this tries, we can see they've been a bit poor, but let's go, boys. 10-point lead. Got a very small beer here, which I'm going to decant to. Oh, dear, turn of the ball. This is the problem. And that's forward. Thank you. Forward. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, how are you all feeling, people? Am I the only very nervous Lions fan out here? Or are there many else of you? Right, so it's time to start decanting and pouring my beer. We are going to have a scrum here. How are we feeling, people? Anybody else here backing them to do the shares? I literally had my Lions jersey on, and unfortunately, with the lighting, it doesn't green screen very well. So I had like no midriff. It disappeared. Can't find any of my red ones, which is a bit frustrating. So unfortunately, no Lions shirt today. We'll need to find myself a red. I've got myself one somewhere. I just can't find it. It's the problem when you move. Things just you lose things in the move. So yes, so no Lions shirt, unfortunately. But we move. Got beer. Time to pour my beer. Senator Humber, 30 meters made, 3 carries, 33 passes, and yes, I haven't poured myself a quart in a long time. So I do please forgive me if this is a poor pour. Back in my varsity days, I used to smash these out on the, wouldn't say on the daily, but on the regular. Let's see if I've still got it. Penalty to the Bulls. Oh dear, this is not going well. It's a warm glass and it's all bubbling. It's all foaming. Oh no. No. Oh, this is dreadful. This is actually embarrassing. Oh no, that's a horrible poured beer. Can you see that? Thankfully not. Not gone well. Not gone well. You settle down over there. Yeah, warm glass, cold beer. It wasn't going to be a good combination. Started off right, and then we got it very, very wrong. Anyway. Penalty for the Bulls. Not a good start for the Lions. Not the start you needed. We needed a very good start. But we haven't gotten it. Now we need to weather the storm a bit here. Probably going over the top. And good Carl Brink, by the way, former Lions player, onto the park. They're trying to hold him up there. And they failed to do so. I'm so ashamed of that pour for cheapers. It's still bubbling up here. Well, if you like a good head, there's about 4 heads over here. Come on, lads. Big defense needed. Big defense needed. Oh, JP Smith. Oh. Now I look low on the angle. PJ Boyd trying to rip that ball. Bulls going to their 6th phase. Jacques Duplessis. Big defense needed here. Release. Yeah, it's fine. Both appear now back to Runok here. Oh, knock on. Come on! Turnover ball. Frankie Horn. Knock on. This, come on, man. Come on. I don't even know how I'm going to drink this. Like, it's all bubbled to, like, this massive... Not the best clearance from Kieran Horn, it must be said. But we move. We're still in this game. That's the most important thing, isn't it? We're still in it. This has just gone dreadfully. This might be the worst port beer I've ever had. I'm going to be eating this damn thing. Settle. That is nice. That's play. Oh, he got it behind. Left it behind. Thank you very much. I was about to panic, is the polite way of saying what was about to happen. That didn't look good. That was ominous. Sibongile Navuka on the angle looked like he had found the right angle. Thankfully, he just left it behind. He was through as well. He was straight through. He takes that, and it's try time, by the way. That was pretty, yeah. Gotten away with that one, lads. We've gotten away with that one. Kieran Horn down the blind side, bringing it in front of Merva. Comes the side of Navuka, and the Lions managed to get themselves outside the 22, but it's been ripped by Carl Brink, or turned over rather, on the ground. Turnover ball here. This is where they've been so good, the Bulls. Ras McQuarrie needs to make a good decision. He does make a good decision, buys a bit of time. Good hands there from Similani, but the Lions fans have managed to adjust. It's a very underappreciated aspect of Ras McQuarrie's game. He was caught out a bit earlier, although I think that was more structural than his fault himself. He makes very good defensive decisions. Which is maybe why there's always that space on the right hand side, because they're kind of backing him to be able to cope, which is not always the case. But ball in hand. Nice big tackle coming from Marius Lowe there on Cornel Hendricks. Bulls now looking to try and string some phases together. Jacques Duplessis offloading to Carl Brink, former Lions player. Almost made the box. I think he actually did make a box spot. Or I don't know how he... If he didn't, I don't know how he didn't. That's not last space on the right side. Similani decides to sort of kick him behind. End up on the Merva. Just needs to kick that out, Chief. If that's come with Ed van der Merwe and Similani scored that try, I might actually use it. Like, that beer might go out the window. If Ed van der Merwe has tried to keep that in and basically just palmed it back in field for Similani to score that try, which might have happened, by the way, I'm about to be very unimpressed. Very, very unimpressed. This might be one of the most ridiculous tries ever if this is a try. If that's from the... Oh my god. How have we conceded that try? We actually deserve to lose after that. If we've conceded that try. I mean, what? Just kick it out, Edville. Just kick it out. There. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Once again, kick it. And he's kicked it back inside. It's going to be a try. Edel van der Merwe. Just kick it out. Only the Lions could concede a try like that. That is dreadful. Is he in front of the kicker? Just throw that out there. Throw that out there. That's what you get for going live with glasses on. Yeah, it's not clear he's in front of the ball carrier, so he's going to be on side there. It's going to stand. That might be one of the worst tries ever conceded in the history of the sport. In terms of just kick the damn ball out, Edwin van der Merwe. He had so many opportunities to kick it out. Take the L. Reset. Bring everybody back. How have we conceded that try? How? I ask you with tears in my eyes. Tears in my eyes. How have we done that? How have we managed to concede that? Just kick it out, mate. If you kicked it out there, it wouldn't have been a 5-meter scrum. It would have been like a 50-meter line-up. They would have been well short. Like, this is sabotage now. They're just trying to get Ivan Penoy sacked now. That is the worst try I've seen conceded. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. That is literally worse than the guy that just dove on the ball for the try line last week. I think it was McElroy or Timoney at the Ulster game. Oh, goodness me. How have we done that? How we were ahead by 10 points and we're basically like, nah, you know what, actually? You know, it'll be fun. Let's just remove 5 of those points. Just for shits and giggles. Let's just make it interesting. It's not like we haven't won like any games this season whatsoever. Right, Johnny Lombard, what can you cook up? Not much. You went straight into Jan Krobler. Thankfully, there is a bit of support. Lions possession on the halfway line. Nahamba going to Willem Alberts, who's putting a good shift, but I reckon that will not make the full 80, if you ask me. JP Smith now, who's also at very much of time has doubled as a flower half. Man's got the hands. That's a great take from Russ McConnor. Not sure why he's on the left-hand side there with Edville. No, there's space. That's a great pass from Nahamba. But Johnny Lombard sees a bit of space himself. He's run straight into a whole bunch of players. Not quite sure what space he saw. I'll tell you what, Nahamba at 10 could be quite an interesting prospect. Johnny Van Merwe tries to get through. He does get through 2 players, but there's no one there for the offload on the ground. Keeping ball in hand, Jamarius Lowe. It's a pretty ordinary pass to Ron Fenter. Jan Krobelaar's over that. And then loses his footing. No, apparently he's allowed to just not be supporting his body weight. Marius Lowe, you're so dreadful. Oh, we need centres. We really need centres. Like, we desperately need centres. Not entirely sure that Jan Krobelaar was supporting his body weight there. But Marius Lowe just what is this? I mean, it's a hospital pass to Rod Fenter. And there's nobody around him. And Chituka, you've got to be able to remove him, and he doesn't. Platform, it's a big tackle on Cornel Hendricks, and Marius Lowe come through there and won a penalty. Thankfully. We live, we breathe. Oh my goodness. Jabil says, did you say 9 at 10? Terrible idea. Yeah, no, it's not like he actually played there for the, he actually doubling there for the SAA team, though, just saying. And not like he actually basically sparked a try at first receiver in the first half. So for all that, it's a terrible idea. He actually plays very well at flower half, does it in Nahamba. Also, tongue-in-cheek, challenge-cheek. Yeah, at the moment, Johnny Lombard's not playing with a lot of confidence. I'm not quite sure what the issue is there. We're missing Jordan Hendricks there, but he's out for the season. So we've got to make do. Johnny Lombard's going to have to start jacking up a bit here and really, really settling in. But I'm just saying, in this game right now, I would sooner pull Johnny Lombard, bring on Moya van den Berg, and move Nahamba to flower half than I would... then I'll take off Sin Nahamba at the way. Money Russ now, shoulders gone. That's great. It's not like we don't have any outside centers. I wonder if Rugby still fit. Do you reckon he can still get around outside center? Rudolph and Nikki says, Rugby, even if he comes and play for you guys now, it'll be better than what you have now. Well, yeah, well, there we go. Great minds think alike. Right, come on, lads. 51% possession. We've got to head back now. We've got to try and find some points. We've got to try and make sure that we're still know how to keep the scoreboard ticking. Once again, coming off the back there. There isn't a Humber at first receiver. Good wrap around that. That's really good. Johnny Lombard now to Kewen Horn. Kewen Horn just needs to straighten. Go yourself, Kewen. Go yourself. That's it, Kewen. Up to the 22. That's really, really good. Now Humber at first receiver. Just saying. Just saying. Now good leg drive there. Who is that? I think that might be Manny Russ. I think it was Kewen Horn actually. Good pick up that from JP Smith. Oh, the ball's come loose. Good hands there from Nahamba and Vincent Suka as well. Manny Rush to Russ. Kick it inside. Go inside. There we go. Go Rams! Oh, we're going back for what? For what? For what? For what? For what? For what? What's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. It's just chaos. Chaos is happening at the moment. I'm drinking, beer out of a glass. When have you guys ever seen me drink beer out of a glass on this stream? It's forward pass. Manny Russ. We'll get scrum, yeah. First Sports, what do you think happened to the Bulls playing off-playing style of rugby they used last season because they don't play like that anymore? I feel like it's kind of like reset to default settings. Like, things were going really well, and then... yeah, I don't know. It is weird how they just kind of gone, well, then let's not try playing house rugby. Because that was when they were at their best, when they started to try and play free-flowing rugby. It's difficult to say, really. I suppose Johan Goosen maybe might have something to do with it. The fact that he's not playing at fly half, although I think Chris Smith can play, nice. And he did during those times, play some decent rugby. Reese, I hope you started the Bryce deal because we're going to get lit tonight when the Lions pull us off. 100%. The Bryce not started, but don't stress because we're going into the early AMs if we can pull this off. Right, inside to Kewen Horn. Kewen Horn needs to make some good decisions here. Running into a lot of people with not many forwards around them. He's probably not one of them, but thankfully a couple of our guys do arrive back. We run for Mark. Also a former Lions player onto the park. And what former Bulls players do we have? Do we have any? And it's out in the full. Sanele. This first mistake of the day. Here comes Francois Klopper and Zapir Mantanzima. It's Ruan Delport. Supporting a Mo from the Lions. Prove me wrong under 20 seconds. Yeah, look, scrum half is obviously his best position, but I just, as an emergency fly half, I genuinely think he's so gun, with his distribution. I think and we're now seeing a kicking game from him as well. Good tackle that from Johnny Lombard. Bravo Shapir. Oh, that's a nice big tackle for Maurice Lowe. Well, credit to you, mate. Slow ball there from Brosepierre. And that's up against a forward for Maurice Lowe. It's getting to run for Mark, so that's a nice tackle from him. Brosepierre going down the left-hand side. Right-hand side. Albert Lowe, a little bit isolated, but a couple of players do arrive. Similarly to scrum off. Mornay staying pretty flat there for Markham and Start. He runs into Frankie Horn. Back towards the left, Mornay staying. Conor Hendricks steps inside, then gives it away to Spoon Corsi, runs inside, bumps off in the Humber, but then runs to a couple of bigger boys. Bros appear, and this is good continuity for the Bulls. That's a nice big hit coming in, but 8 phases for the Bulls here, so it's their 9th phase. Conor Hendricks up to Jan Krobelaar, who's run over Manny Russ, who's a passenger. That ball's come loose and fall into the hands of Kewen Horn. It will be surely knock-on advantage here, but if the Lions can get it out, you can't do that, so we will come back for the scrum. Lions just hanging on you. Literally just hanging on. We got to score some points. We can't hang on for the rest of the game. We've got to make some. We've got to make a play here. Vic says, honestly, I think Nahamba overtakes Grant Williams and Yankees for a bar call-up. I tell you what. A game like today, you sit there thinking, well, maybe there is something there. And the fact that they're back... Look, he's been part of a box squad before. Hey? He's been part of a lineman camps. And I think they, as much as the box are boring, and everyone says they're boring, they do tend to like a scrum half that has a little bit of X factor. And that's why Herschel Yankees did go to the World Cup. That's why Grant Williams has been involved with the box. And he's a bit of a hit and miss player, is Nahamba. He's tiny for a start. He's absolutely minute. But he's got that flair. He's got that innovation. I tell you what, if you want to throw on somebody when you're trading by 10 points to try and conjure up something, there are far worse options than Snare Nahamba. Jan say, a clever coach like Jake White was really dumb to go away from the lovely off-playing style of rugby because, as you say, when they play like that, they were at their best. There goes Manny Russ, which means Reinhard Jonker will come onto the park, and really we need outside centres. We've got to go. I mean, how we let Sango Kamlashe go back to the Greek was I don't understand. We had such a good outside centre in Kamlashe, and as I see Henkel Bakes in it for a while, and we just let him go back. Why are we not giving him a permanent deal? He's a leader. He's a great player. He's nice and big and physical. He's a really good character in the dressing room. Get him back. Get him back. You won't do it, but get him back. Hey, Leclerc on pole, boys. Where the hell is... Oh, there's Sainz. The man on pole. Sainz in at 5th. The two Mercedes up there. Max Verstappen and Fernando on 6th. Just looking at the F1 grid for tomorrow. Pierre Gasly right at the bottom there. And Piastri in his first qualifying. Where's he ended up? 18th there. Alright. So the Aston Martin's pretty quick there. That's good to see. If you guys are Formula 1 fans, by the way, we will be live for the race tomorrow. So come and join us. I really appreciate your support on some other sports apart from just the ruggers. Load shedding starts in 55 minutes. That's in Kalami. That's not me, though. I'm not stressing just yet. I should have bought another quart. The sweet, sweet nectar of the gods. At the end of the day, lads, we're now playing for Brandavane because if we win, the runners have to come out. I just phone Dion Free and say, right, runners, let's drink. Because if the Lions beat the Bulls, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just go and have a tap water after this? Actually, I don't even have water. We've had water issues the entire weekend, in and amongst load shedding. So can you really blame me for getting stuck into the lagers? Free kick for the Lions at the scrum. Thank you very much. Jan says, one of the big problems with the Lions, very similar to the Bulls, the fact that they don't play the attractive backline or offline rugby they used to play under Uckers and under Sways. I think it depends who's playing, to be fair. I think we have at times played a very nice brand of rugby. I think Franco Horn, for example, is pretty paramount to that. Even getting Lionel Mapu back would be great. Oh, I love Lionel. Give me back Lionel Mapu. That oak. Make bot squads. I mean, that move from him to wing to center was masterclass. It's weird when you watch him play, and we actually haven't seen him as much in the Bulls. He hasn't been as sort of crash ball as he was at Lions. He had like this weird, like he'd almost like rock back and rock forward on contact. And I tell you what, it made him almost near impossible to tackle. He used to always make a few yards. Right, to Marius Lowe. That's so bad. That's so bad for Marius Lowe. He's just thrown that like 400 yards ahead of Q and Horn. You know, my dad's got a saying, and it says it's hard to fly like an eagle when you're surrounded by turkeys. This is what I feel for like the likes of a Q and Horn, the likes of an Nahamba right now. Come on, guys. Can you just give these guys support? Visa, must I bring Brunners? I mean, I think I got about 2 liters of it, but you can never say more. No to more Brunners. Maybe an extra Coke, because we're going to need it. Nah, I couldn't do this chase. I've got a young 2-liter sugar-free, because I'm an athlete. Coke, just cooling down for the Brunners later. So we'll be in scrum for the Bulls now. Pretty good position for them, it must be said. Since we just haven't been able to get into their half at the moment. And at the moment, we're just kind of like living on the edge. Forcing a couple of mistakes. Hanging in the fight. But we can't do this for the rest of the half, chaps. 22 minutes left. Now, Bernard van der Linden's come on here for the Bulls. Not a scrum off. We've seen a hell of a lot. Oh, he's popped there. Has Jan Krobler. We are going to have a reset. Yeah, he's popped up there. Has Jan Krobler. Another reset here. I can't believe that they're only in this game because of that try. We can see it earlier. That was. I reckon genuinely supporting Lions has taken years off my life. Like the fact I take blood pressure pills is genuinely because of this team. Penalty advantage in the scrum, by the way. Things are not going well. That's going to be them getting able to kick themselves within 2 points. Assuming they don't score with this thing. Similani now kicks it in behind. It'll go too far. They'll go back for the penalty. Yeah, I'm on blood pressure medication solely because of this team at the moment. This is the team causing me all the stress. Manchester United, we're cooking. The Proteas, we're cooking. There's issues there, but we're cooking. Box, chilling. Lions cricket, chilling. One Day Cup champions. We just cooked the Western Province in 4-day series. I'm actually pretty happy with all my teams. These oaks are taking years off my life, and I might actually have to sue them for it. I might have to put in a damage claim for my mental health. And they're going for the effing corner here, the Bulls, and the converted try will put them ahead of us. An unconverted try will put them level. Jan says, but the Lions at times play good running rugby isn't good enough. They don't play running rugby consistently, mate. They don't play rugby consistently. I mean, we've gone from being a decent side to being absolutely awful to being half decent to being absolutely awful every single week. I've never seen it as such a consistent side as this current Lions side, because this Lions side can beat this Bulls side. We saw it in the first half. The players are there. There's no depth. That much we know. But for me, it's a belief. It's a culture. There's so much rot in the union that there's no confidence to play rugby, and we try to compete there. And this is spinning around here are the Bulls. This might go straight through. This could be try time, penalty advantage to try anyway. Yeah, well, you know what, Oaks, you deserve this. Honestly, you deserve this. You have played so well in that first 40. So you can see that try earlier on. And now this is mistakes. Why are we here? Why are we in the situation? Why did that scrum happen where they got the penalty, we went to the corner? Because of a forward pass. That is controllable. This is what drives me up the wall with this team. Control the controllables. A scrappy forward pass, penalty at the scrum, 5-meter line out, more try. Trying to herd the ball out so it's our line, I'll just kick the ball out. Take the safe option. Maybe they do score afterwards, but they still have to do work. Instead, we went 50-50, I'll try shape with this out, and bang, they scored a try. And Mornay State is going to add the extras there, and they're going to take a lead. For the first time in the match, the Bulls are ahead, because they've come out after the first half and they've actually played, and we've just been in our shells in our half, trying not to lose. And we've lost the fearlessness this half. Sigh. Come on, man. Right, here comes Rowan Smith. Who else are we putting on here? Mornay Brandon, I think that is on there as well. Deep start, Albert Lowe. That's into Edwin van der Merwe. Who else do we put on here? Right, so Ruan and Marcus, Ruan Doppelton. We've got a new front row. That's Reinhard Reinsberger. Rowan Smith, and I think Mornay Brandon. Yeah, it is Mornay Brandon on. Well, Severe One Team has lost that backwards. Double knock. First one for the Bulls. Scrum. Asanat and Klabakanya Chief. Apart from that last scrum, another good performance from you. I'm loving. I mean, that chair, however, is doing overtime. Cheap as me. Venom Albert's decent shit from him. PJ Buerta, meh. Right, big scrum needed here, boys. Big scrum. Come on. They've opened a door here. They've opened a door. Now ran through it. Nice, solid stuff from the reserve front row. In the Humber. Gives a nice and flat to Maurice Lowe. Sit in the Humber. And he's won the penalty. He's won that against Mornay Stain. But a gamesmanship from the Humber. He does that very well. Look, it's offside at the end of the day. People don't like it, but it's offside at the end of the day. And yeah, wants to play quickly. Mornay Stain retreating. Right, penalty right in front of the poles. Lions will actually be able to take the lead here. We're ahead, boys. We're ahead. Let's just... Zach says, Stephen, who in your opinion is Lions' best player today and in general? What today for me it's been Snare in the Humber. He's been on a different level. He's just... Everything he's touched has turned to gold. Been really good today. In general, however, if you ask me who our best player is... probably Franco Horn, to be honest. I would say that's probably our... I think he's our most important player. I think that's a nice way of like determining who our best player is. I think he's the player that's Russ McConnell once again getting involved defensively, getting off his line. I really enjoy that. I think he's the player that makes the biggest difference to this team. So I think that kind of endorsement for me is. I think Henry van Wyk was playing some incredible rugby, obviously before he got injured, but I think that I think Franco Horn in general makes this team a much better side. And I think that for that reason, he's probably the best player. Now defend, boys. You're 40 minutes out. Defend with your lives. Shit. Oh, come on, Mr. Ref. He wasn't even part of that maul. And they left it behind. Now knock on. Thank you very much. Turnover ball. Go on, Reinsberger. What a cool name, actually. Reinhard Reinsberger. Okay. Now we'll take the scrum. Morningside drop goal win for the Bulls. I'd be very surprised if that happens. Not the Bulls win part, but just the drop goal part. Do you think Swayze Prem will ever coach again? Surely. Like he's been wasted. Wasted. Jan says, Grant Swart says, I'll admit since moving to the Lions, Maurice Lowe has actually looked like a professional rugby player. I miss the comically bad Maurice Lowe from the Sharks. Look, we do see glimpses every now and again where he has a couple of bad moments. He has improved this season, I think. Right, there we go. Win the scrum, and now Lamar goes to the boot. It's a very good kick as well. Good take from Kieran Horn there. Chip and chase, chip and chase, chip and chase. Oh, don't fall right in front of the Buka and Jan Kabbalah. Okay, at least we got possession back. Hold on to the ball. Reinsberger. Lombard. Flat to Chituka. That's a nice pass. Almost through. That's a bit better, lads. Pick up and go from Frank Horn. I mean, the guy comes back after like 3 months, by the way, and gets man of the match in his first game back last weekend. What a player. He should be in the Bok radar. That's hands. Oh, no. It's to come off knock on. Taking out the ball. Penalty. Come on! It's not really convertible, but kick to the corner. Run this clock down. 11 minutes. Yeesh! Yo, this just throwing me so back to the varsity days. Ever since I moved back to Johannesburg, I've tried to be classy and not buy courts. But why not? Why not at the end of the day? I mean, this thing's bigger than my head. Well, it's like green screening the shit out of it, but classic varsity 4-court special. You used to be able to get 4 courts for $40. And I had the glasses. That was my contribution. I had the glasses and we just decant. And that's how we drink back at varsity. It actually isn't a Zamalek. It's a Zamalek glass, to be fair. It actually is a Castle Light because they had a special Castle Light. I was going to buy the Zamas. And it was a Zamalek back at varsity. You should have known the looks I get. I come back to Johannesburg and I go and buy my like 3 black label cores. Everybody's looking at me sideways and like, you sniffy people. Sniping now is that's good. Oh, it's all about the inside ball. That's a really good offload from John Lombard. Reynolds. Jonker now needs a bit of support, chaps. Sniping around is God. Ball forward off the hands of Reinsberg. It wasn't the best part, but we're gonna go back for a penalty. Right in front of the poles again. Come on. Come on. James says, Sammy Ferrari are useless. Red Bull are going to dominate. Come on, Lions, make my weekend. Didn't we? I thought we were on pole. Did I miss something? Are we not on pole? Was I behind? $12. Tackle out the ball is the penalty. I thought we were pole. Oh, Schweppes. Now I'm not seeing I was behind. Ah, Schweppes. So is Verstappen on pole? Oh, I thought we were on pole. Never mind. Ferrari 3-4. That's very upsetting. That's very upsetting. Well, that's just ruined my weekend. Right, penalty right in front, boys. Right in front. Jacques Liz, I've been drinking Black Label Court since day one. It's the best. My man. My man. On the Zammers courts. Can't go wrong, Oaks. You can't go wrong. If you are a international viewer, like Zamalek is Black Label, which ironically actually came from Canada, but it's like become inherently South African. And it's very cheap, and it's very strong, and it smacks. A Black Label draft. Yeah, can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. You're too good to drink Zamalek, then you're not somebody I want to be around. The best, the goats drink the Zammers. Speaking of goats, Snen Humber, knock this over, my boy. Knock this over. You good thing. You good thing. You great thing. Straight over the middle. Lions lead by 4 with 10 minutes to go. And right now, I'm almost panicking. Because we actually might win. And I can't bring myself to believe. Brandon Jonker getting away from one, putting his head down. Playing it outside centre, not his usual position. But now Snare Nahamba is going to go to Kewen Horn, I assume. Yeah, Kewen Horn. The good clearance now, Kewen. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. Taking it quickly here are the Bulls. Ed will come. Get up there. 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 Chris Smith on the park. Good tackle there by Ruan Smith. That was a good roll. Ball available there. Bernard van der Linde. Don't you try and milk the penalties here. Short. Oh, Francois Klopper's almost through. I love the surname Klopper. I think it's such a cool surname. They go straight to Spoon Corsi. Raz Bakana is up for the fight. Love it. Love it. Chris Smith goes short. Kyle Brink caught on it. Mornay Brandon trying to get... Oh, it's almost around his neck there. Maurice Lowe almost catching Bernard van der Linde. Now Chris Smith being caught behind the ball. Got to release the Reinsberger. Cornel Hendricks. Similane. Good tackle by Reinhard Jonker. Solid tackle again as well coming from Mornay Brandon. A couple of nice tackles by him lately. Kyle Brink bounced off Ruan Smith and into a couple other forwards. Reinhard Jonker gets over that ball and he wants to have a go and then not rewarded by Jakob Paper. Come on, Paper. Give us something here, boy. Oh, come on. Don't give them a penalty advantage. For what? For what? Bulls the penalty advantage. David Creel is sniping. Oh, Ruben Schumann not getting some hands on there, Mr. Jakob Paper. So then Hammer shot up. Made the initial hit on Chris Smith. Now ball over the top towards Navuka. We've got to scramble. Scramble, boys. Scramble like an egg. The Bulls. This is the ball retention that makes me very... Ah, there it is. That's the mistake. We'll go back for the penalty. 8 minutes to go, boys. Viva Lions. Lions barely hanging on. Listen, you should feel bad that we're this close to winning. Imagine being so bad that you're this close to losing to this Lions side. Imagine. Could never be me. Could never be my team. I'd be embarrassed if I was my team. Come on, lads! Right, are they going to take the 3? Namba's down, by the way. I think it's his shoulder. This might be the end of his game. Could be seeing Mornay van den Berg come on. He's a very capable replacement. But Nahamba just has been having the game of his life. 24 points, by the way. 24 points out of 29 he has scored. Man of the match, even if we lose this. Sharks saying, true story, people in Georgia think it's all about Castle Lodge. You come from the Platteland and all you know is Zamalek. I must admit to being very much on the Castle Lodge train these days. But it's mostly the calories. You don't look like this this doesn't just happen at the end of the day. This is hard work. This rig of mine needs a lot of maintenance. They've gone for the corner as well, the Bulls. Yeah, they're not going to take the 3. They're all in. They're all in. We've got 7 minutes. Yeah, Jake, I agree. It's the dog on house sitting, barking. It came now, but now shush. Now, Jan Hendrik Vessels. Mate, you're not even a real hooker. You're not even a real hooker. You're not going to nail this lineup. You're not. When the Lions play Zebra, I'm more hyped that when the Beamers won the Curry Cup. Come on, lads. They're going to ignore care. It's a good lineup. It's a pretty big shove early on there from the Lions. Very big shove, but it's going to come across there. And they'll come through the middle. Hold on to that ball. Ruben Schumann, hold on to that ball. Turn it over. Shit, it's available. Come on. Phew, I can't actually do this, chaps. This is very stressful. Like, very, 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 very stressful. I feel like I'm watching, like, the World Cup final. Ah, the Guijo. My boys are up there. Tell you what, there's a Guijo outside. I'll go and join them after this if we win this game. Come on, lads. My scoreboard is very... Oh, it is actually. It hasn't updated. That's weird. So our data provider seems to have gone down here. Has it got the right time? Yeah, it's completely stopped, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. Okay, cool. We're going to have to try and sort that out. Apologies for that, by the way. It is 26 to 29. Our data feed seems to have stopped. So I'm going to have to go on manual mode here. 29. Yeah, Ivan van Rooyen is also sweating a lot there. 25, and time is 74:50. Give me 2 seconds. We're gonna switch to our manual timer here, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Bang bang. Oh no, not that one. Right, that is the correct score. Oh, wait. We gotta move that a little bit. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I said it's all a data feed that we bring through. So if it goes down, then we go down. So that is the correct information. 5 minutes left, folks. Please. Come on, Mornay. What I need right now is I need a breakaway try. I need like a 50-50 ball that just lands up in Ras Makwane's hands and he just bullets. Just bullets down there. And this will be finished if we win very quickly. In fact, I might even go just nick another court. How about we've got an agreement? Everyone that's watching subscribes if the Lions win. Happy? And if we lose, everyone subscribes anyway. But, you know, preferably we win. Big scrum now, boys. Big scrum. Get that ball up. Get that ball up. Yes! Penalty! Come on! Your books are smoking. Buggers are sweating in that coach's box. They're not the only ones. They're certainly not the only ones. I'm panicking here. Very unsubtly panicking here. Because we are within 5 minutes of beating the Bulls. At Loftus. That doesn't happen very often. Morne van den Berg finds touch. Sheesh. And it looked like, I think it was wheeling here. I think it's on the tight head side. I think it's Francois Koppers, actually. Yeah, he goes around the back. They're wheeling around. I mean, let's not pretend that we know what's going on when it comes to the scrums, but... And another penalty! Come on! Woof! Oh, I must update the time. Sorry, my timer's not going. This is why I don't do manual shit. Yeah, sorry, I literally haven't done a manual timer in months. Those who watch the channel regularly will know. Oh, wait. Oh, fantastic. Good news. Cheers, manual scoreboard. We're back to... Yeah. Come on. One more try. Imagine the scenes if we score. Yeah, listen, Reza, if you're still watching, we're batting first if we win this, dude. I'm not walking onto the cricket field tomorrow fielding first if we win this match, because I will not be in condition to do so. Come on, 3 minutes. Just find your man, Morne Brandon. Just find your man. And we lose the lineup. Why do we have to be so complicated? You send out the number 2 jumper. Markham Assange under a bit of pressure. Good work right there from Manuel Stuka. But very much putting ourselves under unnecessary pressure. But with 2.5 minutes to go, Dylan Smith, wouldn't you like to be wearing red right now, boy? Big counter coming from Ruben Fenta. Enjoy that. Bernard van Linden's going to find clearance here. Hopefully not a good one. Is he even going to find touch? He's not going to find touch. Frankie Horn inside 2. Envil van der Merwe. Knock on by Bloon. Turnover ball here, boys. Morne van den Berg goes to Manuel Stuka, the workhorse. I don't know if it's penalty advantage being played or if it's... Oh, drop goal from Johnny Lombard. Nailed it. I thought he had turned. I thought he had turned. Not sure it's the right decision. If we had a penalty advantage, sure, but surely keeping possession would have been more important than that. It will be a restart, Jeff, from the Bulls. Look, we will receive. I think it just fades away. They're not the best here. A bit of a snap there, really. Yeah, 1.5 minutes here, boys. Lombard's been replaced by Andrews Coetzee. It's an interesting replacement because Coetzee is going to have to go into let that ball bounce. Right, Edville, you just do not kick this. You run this to wherever your forwards are. That's run. It's exactly where we run. We run straight to our forwards. And now we go back to Coetzee. You don't give that half dice pass there. Coetzee, what the hell is that? He's just giving a straight spin call. Fuck, man. And then you're going to concede a penalty. If we lose this, I will personally drive to your house, Andrews Coetzee, and slap you. I will get effed up. I'm very aware of that. But how can you throw a pass like that? If anything, you should have just kicked it in behind with a minute to go. And then who came out there? Look at this part. This is dreadful. It just slips out of his hand straight forward. Then you've got a knock-on advantage. And then you come offside. Have a Jägermeister not subscribe. I don't have Jaeger. There's no ways that ball got this close. Come on. There's 30 seconds left, boys. There's 30 seconds left. This is the last. I can't actually watch. They take the line out well. They're going. The more's going. The more's going. I don't know how we defend this without conceding a penalty advantage. If somebody comes through the middle, it's still going. They're going to score. I just could see you asshole. It's held up. Turnover ball. No, call it, Jacko. Call it. Come on! Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. Well, people, thank you very much. I don't think there's any commentary about the last 10 minutes, to be honest. So I apologize. I don't think there was anything. I don't think I was telling you guys what was going on. But we won. I don't know how, but we've won. More to the point, by the way, if I'm Bulls fans, I'm panicking because that's very much not what they needed to happen. But I can't believe it. Dear. Well, you know what? Every now and again, man. Every now and again. So Bulls now, that's poor from them. But the Lions, 33 points. Up until 11th. Edinburgh still to play later. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter for us. We're not going to qualify for the top 8. But every now and again, it's nice to have a victory. People, thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with me in the last 10 minutes where, as I said, I don't think there was much commentary happening. But you can forgive me. Like, this doesn't happen very often. So you've got to do Loftus. And to win is huge for that Lions side. But yeah, people, thank you very much for joining me. And for having a great time this afternoon. I'm going to go and celebrate this victory with a couple of lagers. Maybe even more than that. It's been a pleasure, as always, to be with you guys. And thank you. And we'll